and I'm from this beautiful city called Syracuse, New York. Alright, I was born and raised on the south side of Syracuse. I grew up in, what most people would consider a bad neighborhood, a ghetto hood, Every weekend, it was a shootout, of course. I remember bullets ricocheting off the house, flipping over couches and things like that. So, I grew up paranoid, like most kids do in bad neighborhoods. My whole life I've always been a singer. I've always sang. So, whenever I used to sing, it used to put me in a state of tranquility. I used to feel at peace. Time would stop, and with it, the everyday struggles of life.
She's out of my life.
My 12th grade year, we were graduating. It was brought up that I wanted to be a singer. So I remember my 12th grade English teacher looked at me. She told me nobody would be stupid enough to give me a record deal. So I took it in stride. Because people also told me I wasn't going to graduate from high school. But when I walked that stage, it gave me a feeling. It gave me a feeling that I could conquer the world. I applied at a community college in Rochester. I used to drive every day from Syracuse all the way to Rochester. 160 miles a day, Monday through Friday. But while I was driving, I wasn't just driving. I started to develop a routine of listening to different genres of music. Starting all the way in the 1920s, going all the way to 2009, 2010. I used to listen to every single thing that the Western music offered. I started to develop a love for instruments and lyricism. And that's what I did, driving back and forth every single day until I felt like I knew where I fit in the realm of music. I felt like I knew where my place was within music.
Tonight is the night, and my woman is by my side, and she wanna be closer than she's ever been before. She shows and trusts in me, she shows it absolutely, she wants us to be closer.
I remember August of 2010, someone I went to high school with committed suicide. They wrote a list of how they wanted the funeral to be. They asked that I sing at it. I debated on it for a long time because we had a lot of animosity before they died. But after a while I decided that it was only right that I do it. And on that day I tried to push my voice into the heavens. A week later I had moved into school. I received a phone call at like 1 o'clock in the morning from my pastor who was at the funeral, and he said, "Son, you have such an anointing and God is going to bless you, but before he does that, you are going to go through a storm, and on that day, I want you to call me." So I hung up, not paying it no mind. I remember the next night, me and Ollie was out, and 7 dudes ran up on us. Ollie left me to die. They jumped me. They took everything I had. I couldn't remember nothing. When I regained consciousness, I stumbled back to Ollie's house, got on the computer, and I IM'd one of the friends from the funeral. She told me that the pastor had stayed there and she would contact him because he lived in Rochester. He came and got me in 10 minutes, gave me a place to stay. And after that, I feel like I got a reason why I got a dream, why I gotta make it.
Baby, just don't lose yourself along the way. No.
I've sang songs to everyone I've come in contact with. I picked up instruments. I played the instruments. I've tried to touch every realm of music possible to me until I have achieved my dream of being the greatest musician and performer to ever walk the face of the earth. And that's my story.